E aí, camarada, suave. Mano, eu acho que trouxe mais um vídeo aqui pro canal de Genshin parte. E com a última parte da missão do Arconte de Fontaine 4.2 aqui. Pô, meus amigos, tô ansioso pra ver como que vai terminar isso aqui, mano. Porque o mar primordial, Arlequino também quer resolver essa questão aí da profecia. Ela vai se cumprir, não vai? O trailer deixou a gente bem curioso, né? Me deixou bastante, né? Eu sou um tempo desde fazer ManoBigodi, sua sentença aqui está quase terminando.
Now for a little rest after breakfast. This is the life.
Isso sim é vida, fica na prisão.
Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Mirapede! Come on, we've got to go complete the release procedures now!
Ufa! Máscara da Culpa. Capítulo 4, ato 5. Vamos lá, deixa eu conferir se tá gravando meu áudio, né? Vai saber. Tô com a recepcionista, né? Aquela que é bem humorada e tal, né? É um emprego. E é isso aí. E aí, minha querida?
Please, sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Mirapede via the regular channels.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry up and...
What's happening?
Você está bem?
I'm fine, thanks. But I wonder what that tremor was just now.
Let's go ask the
O que
Duke.
será que foi, né? Ai, meu Deus. Começo de uma nova vida, ó. Meu cartão de liberação. Carambolas, irmão. Ui. Vamos ver, né, agora. Será que ele vai falar que é o mar primordial ou será que é outra coisa?
Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with the earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I've developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
So the fortress is okay?
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
Huh, you've got a point. Okay, seems we need to get back up to the surface and ask about what happened. By the way, do you know what day it is today?
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Na verdade, hoje é nosso dia de dizer tchau para a Fortaleza.
Ah, yes. Have you completed your release papers?
Yep. It's you two. Are you leaving now? That's right.
Pois
Today
é,
is our last
Cedinho.
day in prison. But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't feel like we were confined here. It's actually been pretty nice.
Caralho, seria bom se fosse assim. Muitas pessoas nos ajudaram.
Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now. Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
Ah, relaxa.
If you've signed the release
A gente
papers,
vai
then
sentir
you're
saudade de
free to
vocês
go.
dois.
The guards will escort you out.
Já preencheu os documentos, estão livres para ir. Os guardas escutaram vocês até
You're
sair.
not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure. Let's go.
Well,
Então
you
tá, né?
actually agreed. No worries, you must be busy. Paimon was just joking.
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too?
Não, tudo bem. É como se nunca fosse nos visitar.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll come back cafeteria here. The chefs sure do know how to make good grub.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems
Também
our work in the
espero.
Fortress of Mirapede is finished. That's the end of another chapter in our journey. And since Nervalev was the one who asked us to come here, we should probably go report to him now. Next up, the Palais Mermonia.
You're going to see Monsieur Nervillette? Please pass on our kind regards.
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of troubles.
Beleza, beleza. Vai para as memórias. E não sei mais o que. Curso de Fontaine. Vamos perguntar o que está acontecendo. Que tremor que foi esse, Zé? Não é normal não. Pô, se foi na superfície, chegou até lá embaixo. Não é qualquer coisa que causa esse tremor aí. Vamos ver. Mas eu pergunto, será que na Fortaleza Meropide as pessoas podem visitar lá normalmente? Chega lá, fala assim, quero visitar, dar uma passeada pelo lugar, assim, turistar. Será que é liberado mesmo? Tem as pessoas aqui, tem bastante gente aqui.
The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Halt! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Nervillette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Valeu.
Excuse me, would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. You can see yourselves in.
Valeu, valeu.
Everyone's so busy. Seems a lot has been happening.
Realmente. Estranho. Transição aí, foda.
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend to first. In the meantime, please have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
A gente chegou no horário de trabalho do homem. Suave.
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting.
Nada, relaxa.
Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Mirapede, and it appears that you've managed to complete all the release paperwork.
Graças a Deus.
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
Você pai não conta para Nervillette tudo que aconteceu desde o incidente da primeira primavera. Só sobre
massive
uma baleia
whale.
gigante.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea.
Se a gente viu, então quer dizer que aquela hora que o Chad estava boiando lá e viu a baleia, o viajante estava vendo também. Eu não sabia, eu não tinha pensado que o viajante tinha visto também.
A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tevat. Therefore, we can only assume that Child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Immersed in primordial seawater? What the hell? And is he okay?
Ele não é de Fontaine, portanto, não vai se dissolver.
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself.
Que nos perguntará.
Yes? What is it?
Tremor. Que tremor foi aquele que sentimos?
Oh, right! Paimon felt it too! We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
Como que a Paimon sentiu tremor se ela tá no ar? Ela viu que tremeu, né, mas sentiu o tremor? Foi estranho.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
Vixe! Poison, pra quem não se lembra, é a sede da Espina de Erosula. Tem aquele barco que fica naquela caverna lá.
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her.
Sim, o quartel-general da Espina de Erosula.
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I finish things here.
Beleza, chefe.
There's no time to lose. Let's get going.
Please be careful.
Sim, senhor. Deixa eu falar com ele aqui, um pouquinho.
The two of you have my thanks. If you need any help, just let me know.
Igualmente, novilete. Enfim, vamos lá pra Poison. Mano, eu espero que seja... Mano, eu espero que não aconteça nada com Poison, mas... É o quartel-general da Espina de Erosula. Complicado, parça. Vamos ver.
Oh no. What happened here?
Vixe. Todos os prédios parecem estar cada um pior do que o outro. Não tem ninguém por aqui. Todo mundo foi dissolvido? Não vou pensar no pior agora.
Navia should be around here, right? We need to make sure she's still... Paimon means we need to check on her.
Paimon quer dizer que precisamos ver como ela está. Olha... Os habitantes de Fontaine, eles não dissolvem água assim normalmente. Só na água do mar primordial. E... às vezes está tudo assim porque as pessoas evacuaram. Tinha um cara ali em cima.
Look, there's someone on the roof over there.
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
All right. Just hurry.
Vixe. Oficial da Espina de Erosula.
I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own? My Desiree!
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg! My leg! How could this have happened? It hurts!
Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You can hold my hand if it makes you feel better.
Caralho, mano. A água destruiu tudo, parça. Matou gente até esse pá. Mesmo não sendo água... Mesmo não sendo água do mar primordial, mano, a água causa bastante estrago. Não tem jeito. Mas subiu bastante, falou que subiu pouco. Sei lá.
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there.
Ufa.
Hey, Navia, are you okay?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
Vixe.
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety, but we've run out of medical supplies.
Mano. Cadê a dupla dinâmica lá,
He's
parça?
wounded? How badly?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof. Once the water receded and he saw the ground, he became terrified and eventually...
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood.
Caralho, que
I'll take
situação
over his search and rescue
complicada.
mission in the meantime.
All right, you'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
Ah, cadê os outros dois
The
lá, parça?
situation in Poisson?
Ah, right.
Posso?
Allow me to explain. A little earlier,
Vixe.
we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded in the waterways. But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere. The rushing
Ish.
water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water, leaking from somewhere.
Vixe. Era água do mar primordial mesmo, então?
Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. Many were injured in the stampede, and some people fell from significant heights. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water began to recede after some time, and the chaos came to an end.
Pô, vocês não vão meter que os dois guarda-costas da nave lá foi dissolvido não, né, mano? Pelo amor de Deus. Por
The
favor,
water
não.
that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. To ensure everyone's safety, I've asked the people there to leave as soon as possible. No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now is try our best to help evacuate the residents. We still haven't completed the head count, but we'll have some numbers soon.
How awful. And all of this just came out of nowhere.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened was a bad dream.
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
Sim, estamos aqui para ajudar.
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this. You don't know how much it means to me. I really can't express how grateful
Ela
I
tá
am.
muito abalada, a coisa. Espera, não está falando com algumas pessoas. Ah, não começa, cara. Não quero perguntar isso, cara. Não diga isso, nada. É pra isso que os amigos servem. Falando nisso, onde estão Melus e Silvio? Ah, não, cara, não.
Demoiselle, we've got a situation here.
Não, cara, não. Melus e o Silver, não, parça.
I'll be right there.
Porra, cara.
Sorry, I need to go for now.
Nossa, velho, não, cara. Pô, a mina já se lascou já, suficiente na vida já.
And off she goes. Seems it might be a while before she can take a
Porra,
break.
velho. Já percebeu, né, Iter? Nada que eu ia falando sobre.
Okay, the wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary head count. More support has just arrived, so I suppose I finally have a moment to focus on my own matters. Of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to rescue others. I'll be sure to have everyone at the Spina di Rosula ready to render assistance. Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave for a moment?
Ave Maria.
Huh? Right now?
Eu
Thank you.
entendo. Ixi, velho. Ai, viu? Ah, não, vocês não vão fazer isso comigo não, né? Pelo amor de Deus, cara. Mas se os dois tivessem sido dissolvidos, cara. Pô, eu nem tenho certeza. Mano, é que dá muito a entender que isso aconteceu, pai. Já tô triste já. Pô, eu gostava pra caramba daqueles dois lá, parece do Meros e do Silver, mas... Mademoiselle! Mademoiselle. Ah, cara.
Not a lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't think there'd be a ton of people here visiting graves.
Right. That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
Navia?
É aquela coisa, mano. Se o Medusa e o Silver tivessem sido dissolvido mesmo, você viu como que ela tá lá em Poison. Em Poison, vai. Mesmo que se você tiver sido dissolvido, cara, ela é a chefe. Ela tem que fazer de um caos, entendeu? Alguém tem que manter a ordem, parceiro. E a responsabilidade recai sobre ela, então não pode nem ficar de luto por agora. Ah não, cara. Qual é, velho?
Sorry. I just...
Qual é, velho?
Malus and Silver. They won't ever come back here again.
Não, cara.
What should I do, Papa?
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still, I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time. And they were caught in the seawater.
What should we do?
Não tem nada a se fazer, pai.
I've known them for so long. And I know they weren't afraid. But I could at least hold a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just gone. I just can't.
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would he?
Ah, how could Master ever be upset with you, Demoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not? Everyone ends up here sooner or later, no matter who you are.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, Demoiselle.
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it will save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, Demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. All right. I'll remember your requests.
But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else.
I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking that promise.
Pô, Naves,
I'm
Você não
sorry
tem culpa,
for
né?
letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry, really.
Não, não precisa se
Paimon doesn't know
desculpando,
how to
cara.
help you feel better. But, well, she understands how you feel.
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Many things can only be accomplished with someone else's help. Malus and Silver have helped me so much. But by contrast, I could do nothing for them. I'm
Não é
so
assim.
sorry.
Não é assim, não.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Eles não fizeram nada pra você querendo algo em troca. Eles só queriam te ver bem, só. Sim, estamos aqui por você.
Thank you.
Porra.
Right now, you don't know how much that means. By the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list of victims from the incident that took place here.
Obena, Khan, Burnett, Giverny, Francine, Karina, Daisy Ray, Joinville, Jolienne, Esson, as well as Malus and Silver. So, everyone else is safe. But still...
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And you're right. We lost Malus and Silver. But we were able to save more than we anticipated. The overall outcome indicates that the cost was worth it.
O sacrifício de ninguém é necessário.
Right! Don't think that way, Navia. One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but that isn't something we should ever consider a trade. Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone. They're heroes.
Isso.
You're right. Thank you, Paimon. What you
Boa,
said
Paimon.
just now was pretty amazing, actually. I'll remember your words.
Oh,
Eles foram heróis.
really?
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
O que você quer,
The
mulher?
knave? What?
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground.
Quem?
As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Que?
Do you two know each other?
Que?
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Como assim, velho?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. But that doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me.
Muito menos pela minha.
Thanks to the Knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
Agora você tá devendo ela.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also prepared a large amount of emergency supplies. I'm quite surprised.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand, in any case. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the impending disaster. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll also be able to help me in the same way.
Quem
Without
sabe,
your help,
né?
there would have been
Araki.
many more casualties. I won't forget your kindness.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I only wish that my people could have arrived a little earlier to prevent this from happening.
Don't say that. You and your subordinates did everything you could. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for other salvation. They chose to become heroes themselves. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words. But right now, there's nothing more suitable. They really did become heroes.
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
So, you're one who will try to change fate then?
Of
Por que
course.
não?
That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of, and the children need my attention. By the way, Traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Mais uma coisa. Perdão.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right. Paimon thought you would ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could tell us something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance.
Agora é a hora?
You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the Fortress of Meripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. These are both signals.
Então, a hora de cooperar chegou?
Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times, and seem to be worth investigating in many ways. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming more urgent, so any pertinent information will prove extremely precious. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck, and at present, we're all busy prioritizing the rescue effort.
So, that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
Isso.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you. Which is why I want to give you this task.
Você tem certeza que vai ficar tudo bem?
The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such, even though you are not from the house.
Aquela outra frase lá do viajante é assim: posso confiar em uma forasteira como você? Meu filho, você é um forasteiro também, você nem esteve de então vou abaixar a bola aí.
I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
That somehow makes Paimon feel kinda happy.
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only natural that I freely share it with you.
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right? We can handle that.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins? You need to rest.
Well, I'm sad, yes. But I can't just go back and plop myself into a chair by the roadside and do nothing.
Acho que é pior ela manter a mente ocupada com alguma
There's no point in being
coisa.
depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. As my father's successor, I must live up to the hopes he had in me. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself. I need something, a
Isso, ela não falei.
distraction, to keep my mind off Malus and Silver.
E aí, pô. O nave é forte, mas ele precisa de companhia agora. Podíamos ser as companhias se ela for explorar as ruínas com a gente.
Since you put it that way, I have no objections. What do you say, traveler?
Vamos para as ruínas juntos.
All right. The ruins are to the south of Poisson. Here's the map.
Okay, the three of us will handle it. Come on, let's pack up and get going.
Bora. Encontros também são despedidas. Entendo. Daí finalmente cheguei nas ruínas aqui.
So, are these the ruins the knave was talking about? Whoa, talk about old.
They seem to be pretty ancient, all right.
Let's go in and have a look.
Just be careful.
Relaxa, nave. Nossa. Senti meu pulmão se expandindo, parceiro. Que isso? Do nada. Deixa eu tomar um gole d'água. Ó, tá calor pra caramba, verãozão aí, ó, na porta. Se hidratem aí, família. Na moral. É bem importante. Mesmo se não tiver calor, né? Mas no calor, mano. Até no frio, né? É de suma importância você se hidratar.
A moment, please. Let's begin.
Vamos lá. Ixi, o que será que tem nessas... Eita, pô. Ó, baú. Quem diria? Por enquanto, só estão nas linhas normais, pessoal. Nada de muito especial.
This place has also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontanian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell in.
Você deveria voltar para ficar segura, não?
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous, and it won't be any help for you to just stay here. Don't get by my wrong. We're not saying you're useless. It's just that...
Vê, gente. Rapaz,
No, you're right. I can't do anything in this situation. I'll leave this to you.
Parece que pelo terreno daqui, talvez não ache caminho de volta.
That complicates things. Maybe the only way left is forward.
In that case, do you want to wait for us here?
The water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance the water will rise. So staying here won't be safe either. I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
Parece que não há outra alternativa.
All right. Come with us for now then, but please be careful.
Please. Be careful. Nossa.
Oh no, it's a dead end. Let's try climbing over from the side.
O Ryder quase dá tibu na água do mar primordial. Acho que me lembra um jogo tipo um chat, a gente tem Umas áreas específicas para escalar. Maneiro. Por ali. Sempre há um jeito, né? Ah, vegetáveis. Porta, abre. Caramba, funcionando aí. Mano. Oxi. Que isso? Será que é resquício de Remúria?
Wait, there's something wrong.
Ai, meu Deus do céu! Não, 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 não. Eu já sei o que aconteceu. Não. Mano, a última que podia ficar pra trás ficou, velho. Pula, minha filha! Não! Mano, vai. Ah, não. Que isso, cara? Não. Meu Deus, parça, velho. Não, a gente sabe, né, parça, que ela vai vir na próxima atualização, que teve o Drip Market, né? Mesmo assim, cara. Meu Deus.
Demoiselle?
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Malus.
Hmm? Oh. Was I sleeping?
Yes, it would appear so.
Ei, meu Deus.
I must be tired.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh, right. I nearly forgot. It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. I haven't had a nap today yet. This is a familiar feeling, yet something's a little strange.
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. No, I'm fine. I was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had a debt dispute with him, and we'd resolved the matter not long ago.
We were headed to see how things were going with him at the moment.
Ah, right. Yes. I remember now.
Oh.
Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
How have you been?
I've been great. Thanks to your help, those bothersome merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking for. Why, I wasn't even the guarantor for that person. They were knocking at my door day and night. Even my neighbor, Obina, was getting fed up with them.
Sometimes force is required to calm someone down and get them to listen to what you have to say.
That's right. Oh, by the way, Burnett, what was it that you wanted to give to Miss Navia again?
Oh, yes. One moment, I have it right here.
Mano, o que tá
Miss
vendo?
Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. They're a very good variety, and they'll become very big and beautiful once they bloom.
Isso é uma memória dela?
I don't know what we would have done without your help, so this is a little token of our appreciation. I hope you won't refuse.
Ah, did you cultivate them yourself? Thank you so much. I'll certainly take them. Malus, we do still have some empty flower pots at home, right?
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, Demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for some of Mrs. Burnett's flowers.
Very well.
Wait. Something seems to be off here. Excuse me, madam. If I'm not mistaken, your name is Burnett, correct?
That's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. This is the first time we've ever met, but your name seemed familiar to me. I must have heard it when I was discussing things with your husband previously. I've heard this name before. Sometime recently, I'm sure of it. And why are there so few people around here?
Será que ela que tinha sido dissolvida?
We must mind the time, demoiselle. We still have important things to attend to today.
Huh? We do.
Well, now, did you forget?
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you. Please, come to the Opera House. Your trial is about to begin.
My trial?
Yes, she's right, demoiselle. It's just about time now, so...
Oh? All right then.
Mano, que tá vendo? Eu não tô compreendendo. Ah, que
Look, it's Navia. She's here.
É isso mesmo. É Zones, é o nome do cara que tá na lista. Jolene também.
Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly excited about something. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. Why are so many people here? And why do I have no recollection of this case?
Eles começam. Culpada!
And as for the judge... huh? Where's Monsieur Neuvillette?
Please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany you.
All right. But are you sure you can stand behind me?
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but today is an exception.
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on. Do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Neuvillette is? And why I'm standing trial?
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rosula, someone held in high regard by every soul in Poisson. After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need reached out to you for help, you responded. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rosula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
Wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are inseparable. We are one big family, all of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so important, we couldn't possibly do without you. Therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay here. You will be together with us forever.
Eu tava com medo disso aí.
What are you saying? Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed done a lot for my hometown, and I would be willing to be with you all, but what is the purpose of having me stand here like this?
Ah, well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comments.
How wonderful, Miss Navia!
Isso tá me dando calafrio, para com isso aí. Clima estranho da porra.
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now. Yes, I get it. This trial is...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's guilty!
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
No.
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual, extending her hand to help others. Please do not mistake her actions as being otherwise.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontanians here. This is the nation of justice, the nation of Hydro. Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that her beautiful soul must return to everyone. Water accepts all, blends with all. It will everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro. And in the end, everyone shall meld together. Thus, when a unanimous now I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay. We...
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance. Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals, to become independent?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. Silver, and that is how we will enforce.
My head... It hurts.
Que isso? Bizarro, Bars. Que isso?
Silver, it hurts. My head is spinning. All I can see is stars swirling in front of me. I remember now. Everything that seemed Ocarina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Oh, me deu arrepio essa cena. Que isso,
Don't be afraid,
cara.
and don't admit guilt. We will protect you to the very end.
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority, and in the nation of trials, the majority is absolute justice.
Don't let them escape! We should—
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to us. After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying?
No more excuses!
She says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us!
Miss Navia, she...
Silence.
Que isso?
That's...
Caralho.
Monsieur Neuvillette!
Silence!
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Our thanks, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Mas nada, vai embora, minha filha.
This is your only chance to leave this place. What, can't bear to leave us behind or something?
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be our last goodbye.
Malus... Silver...
Quickly, you must come now.
Goodbye, Demoiselle.
Nossa,
Farewell.
esse cara tá ficando bom nisso. Caralho, meu amigo! Esse cara tá cada vez melhor, parça, em fazer essas histórias, hein?
Just a second!
Nada. Que isso?
Navia?
You're awake. Good.
Que é isso?
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defending me at some insane trial.
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare? Paimon could give you a hug.
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling toward the water. You were just about to be dissolved within, but
What is it?
I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you. Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue you before your consciousness dissipated.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vache?
Então as pessoas que foram dissolvidas viram oceanitos?
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me. To think that they'd keep doing so even after death.
Please come with me.
Que diabo é isso, Zé?
Neverlet, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right. Perhaps there's something we could chat about?
Why do you look so stiff all of a sudden? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to talk about, right?
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Ah, sim.
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even more awkward to call us over like this and then have nothing to talk about?
I suppose so.
Acho que sim. Falando nisso, Sidwin mandou lembranças.
Ah, Sidwin. I hope all is well with her these days. Her work in the fortress of Meropide has not been too much for her, has it?
No way, don't worry. She's doing fine down there. She's an amazing head nurse.
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sidwin would need a lot of time to understand the world of humanity, just as I have.
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though Sidwin made him do that. He hopes that you haven't been overwhelmed by all that's happened lately.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything is going well in the fortress of Meropide.
He still doesn't know what to talk about. Let's chat about something else then.
Você é especialista aqui, pai. O que devemos conversar?
So, Neverlet, you're probably quite the swimmer, huh?
Yes, of course.
This isn't going anywhere.
Sim, claro.
Let's try something else. How did you find these ruins?
Boa pergunta.
Did the knave tell you?
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. They had even transported a large quantity of supplies to the area. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the knave, and we had a chat. She informed me that she had asked you to investigate the ancient ruins here.
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you, but we thought you might still be busy with all those official documents. We didn't think exploring the ruins would take very long, and who would have thought you'd wrap things up so quickly?
Espero que Nave consiga se recuperar.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
All right! Another one joins the party! Let's get going then!
Caramba, parece do nada no Villette. Mano, aquela cena lá foi bizarra, foi estranha pra caramba. Ainda bem que o meu Villette surgiu a tempo se eu resgatar ela. Mas ela chegou a cair na água, como que foi? Enfim. O Meluz e o Silver conseguiram salvar ela. Dissolver-se, pá. Então, se ela entrou em contato com a água, o meu Villette conseguiu resgatar ela por isso. Porra. Que doideira, parceiro. Tipo, vocês juntaram a nós. Será que eram... Por que ele estava daquele jeito, né? Que estranho. Enfim. Parece que a consciência das pessoas muda. Fica diferente. Enfim. Vamos deixar o vídeo por aqui, né? Mano, tá muito interessante. Mano, a história já começou, pô, cabulosa, cheia de sentimentos. O bagulho já começou em Sala da Fortaleza. Aí o Evil já lá em Poison, lá inundou com a água do mar. A gente já ficou, opa, será que a nave vai estar bem? A gente chegou lá, todo mundo lascado. Um monte de gente foi dissolvido. Aí a gente descobre que o Medusa Silver foi dissolvido também. Complicado, parece que tá complicado. Porra, esse início se o começo tá assim, que isso, cara. Eu tô ansioso pra saber como que vai terminar essa história aqui, parceiro. Ah lá, vamos nessa, né? Mas, novamente, o vídeo vai ficando por aqui. Se gostou, deixe seu gostei. Se gosta de mim e do conteúdo que eu trago aqui, considere se inscrever. Obrigado a todo mundo que me acompanhou até aqui. Mas relaxa que a gente se vê em uma outra hora. Valeu e falou!
Would you like to hear a lullaby?